What's up guys, I'm just a gamer and I'm back with my review of the first Berserker Khazan. For those of you who follow my channel, you'll know I've been playing this game for a long while now. It's just that circumstances and different things have kept me from playing the game, finishing the game. But I finally did a few days ago, and this review has been a long time coming, and honestly, this is one of my favorite games of the year. There is no doubt in my mind that this is a game I will constantly be thinking about for the rest of this year. And it is a game that I will be comparing other action games to. Honestly, this is an amazing game. Jumping right into the good stuff, let's talk about gameplay, which this game absolutely nails. For those of you who don't know, this game is an action RPG with some Souls-like elements in the sense that you collect souls or lacrima in this game to level up. And if you die, you drop them. You have a chance to get them back, but if you die before you can get them, they disappear forever. And instead of bonfires to rest at, you have sword locations, and when you rest at these locations, they reset the enemies in the area, except if they're like a mini boss or an elite. And those are really the only like Souls-like elements I would say this game has. Everything else is action game focused, and this game just absolutely nails it, honestly. Combat feels fast, fluid, and impactful. It's very much parry and dodge focused. And then you have 3 weapons you can choose from, which is dual wield spear and greatsword. And each one focuses on one of these aspects more than the other. For example, greatsword I believe really relies on parrying a lot more than the other two, while dual wield actually relies on dodging more than the other two. And I believe spear is somewhere in the middle. And yeah, but even within these sets of weapons, depending on the skills you unlock for each one, it can vastly change the way you play. For example, I played Greatsword my entire run, and when I saw other people playing Greatsword, I saw them using moves and doing things I never did, and I did things that they never did. And I really like that uniqueness that even within the one weapon, there can be like your own sense of style and gameplay within, within that weapon of the weapon you use. And again, like the game just feels so good. There is, I want to say, the tiniest bit of input delay, nothing egregious, but there is some there. But that's just on console. Maybe on PC there's none. I cannot say. But either way, the main selling point of this game is the action, and again, this game it just feels fantastic. It feels good. Whenever you get a perfect dodge or a perfect parry, you can really it feels good. Like some games you can parry a lot and it feels like there's not real it really didn't do much. Like you parried, you just negated damage and that's it. Or you dodged. Great, that's it. You dodged. Awesome job dodging. But in this game, when you parry, when you perfect parry, when you perfect dodge, you get that sense of fulfillment from the game. Like it gives you that feedback of like, ooh boy, you got it, you did it. Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep doing more. Like get more. It really offers this like aggressive style that, again, for me at least, that I really really enjoyed. And again, I just can't say enough how good the gameplay feel is, because that is the biggest selling point of this game, in my opinion. It just feels good. And then from there, I would say this game is a level-based game. It's not like a interconnected world. It is level-based. And that's both good and bad in my opinion, just because good in the sense that you get these variety of different levels and different quests you can go on. But the bad is when it comes to side quests, there's a lot of repeat locations where you're basically going through the same level again, but just maybe backwards, or you're just in a little different section of it. But that's not too bad, honestly, in my opinion. Overall, I would say the level design is pretty fantastic, pretty great. There's a lot of shortcuts here and there that you can find yourself a way back to, which I guess is also Souls-like, but this game does it well as well. And yeah, I can't say anymore. That's pretty much it. All I can really say is this game, its action, its gameplay, it just feels amazing. It feels good, and anybody who is an action game lover should definitely play this game. Oh, I can't believe I forgot, but the bosses in this game are pretty awesome. I really liked them. They were each very unique in their own right. They had their own move sets that were like really challenging to get a grasp on, but once you did, it was really fulfilling to like really get the pattern down. And yeah, like the only down thing I would say was like some of the side quest bosses. Some of them were just reskins of other bosses, and some were just straight up just the same boss over again. But overall, I think the bosses in this game are pretty fantastic, pretty good, really challenging. I mean, for me, they were challenging. I'm sure there's people who can like one-shot this game without taking no damage, but that's not me. Personally, I felt the challenge of this game was really rock solid, and some of these bosses took me like hours to beat. They were tough, but it was satisfying when I brought them down in the end. But yeah, overall, when it comes to the bosses, they're solid. I really like them, and they're very well balanced and varied. I really enjoyed fighting these guys, and I even fought them. I even fought some of them multiple times just because I thought they were fun. Moving on to the story, it's not bad, but it is a bit predictable. I mean, you could see where the story is going a mile away. The thing I actually found myself most interested in were the side characters, the characters you meet during your journey, and some of their side quests that they can give you, where you get to know a little bit about them. And yeah, these were actually the really interesting part in my opinion, parts of the story, because some of these side quests are both heartfelt and heartbreaking, and you really get a sense of these characters. And yeah, I was really invested in these side characters and their stories a little more than I was in the main story, because again, the main story, it's again a bit predictable. You can kind of see, where it's going from the get-go, honestly, even if the main characters don't. But either way, I would say the story is still solid, still passable. But I will say I did feel like there were, like, nearing the end, some plot points didn't seem to connect, didn't seem to like coalesce. Like, it felt like things were missing in the story that they didn't explain, and it was just a little weird. Like, I don't want to go into details, but like, somebody did something horrible to another character, and then when that character takes revenge on that person, the person who did the horrible thing is like shocked and wondering, why are you doing this? And it's just like, what do you mean, why is he doing it? It just didn't make any sense. I don't know, it was just weird. But overall, I think the story is fine, but especially the thing I want to point out to is the voice acting. The voice acting in here is so good, especially for the two main characters, Khazan, the Blade Phantom, voiced by Ben Starr and Anthony Howell respectively. They just knock it out of the park, and especially Anthony Howell, with the way he voices the Phantom, sounding like so menacing but seductive. It's, oh my god, it's so good. And the sound mixing for the Phantom, with the multiple voices layering his voice, is amazing. But yeah, overall the story is okay, it's serviceable, but there were a few nitpicks here and there that I wish were a little bit better, but overall it was good, it was fine. The last thing I want to touch on is performance, where the game ran pretty smoothly. I was playing on console, on PS5, and I overall had a great time. There were a few frame drops here and there, and I did see a few graphical or image quality issues in some places, where like shadows and pop-ins, and maybe I think one or two screen tearings, but not much, nothing egregious. Overall, the game ran pretty smooth at a pretty smooth 60, and visually the game is stunning. I really like the art style of like this, like it's painted but 3D, and I don't know, it looks fabulous. And overall the game ran smoothly, and I do want to shout out to the developer, because they did update this game pretty consistently, fixing a lot of little bug fixes and bug errors, like for example like dialogue or like guild descriptions, like mistranslations. They fixed that pretty quick. They even did some quality of life improvements with certain aspects of like leveling and knowing when certain things are affected. Like, they actually did a really good job of like constantly updating the game and constantly fixing it, making it better and better and better and better. And obviously they dropped a bunch of content, so it's actually really fascinating for how long it took me to beat the game, to actually see like all these little changes happening throughout my play. that like made the game run better, look better, feel better, and it was really nice. I really appreciate that. But even from the get-go to now, like I would say the game ran pretty smoothly and I had no major issues. I really liked it. This was a very solid first game for this not developer, but this company for this game. A very solid first entry. Overall, the first Berserker Khazan is an incredible action RPG, and if you love action games, I highly recommend you play this game and check it out, because it is so good and so worth the playthrough. It's just a blast to play. Again, the gameplay in this game is one of the most solid I have ever played. You know, it's right up there with, you know, Stellar Blade and DMC 5 in my opinion. Just the action and the combat feels and looks so good. So yeah, please, if you're an action fan or if you're just a fan of games in general, check this game out. But those are my thoughts. That's my review. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any feedback. Subscribe. I'm streaming on both Twitch and Stream because I have not figured out multi-streaming. So if you'd like, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JustAGamerInc, all together in word, or you can click link below. And on YouTube, just hit that notification to know when I go live. But what are your thoughts on first Berserker Khazan? Have you played it? Have you tried it? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, because I would love to hear from you guys. But regardless, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.